How's it going, guys? GangstaPranksta back with a brand new episode of Gangsta Plays. Today we're here with episode 281. But before we get into today's episode, I hope you guys enjoyed the last episode, episode 280, where we played a random game. If you want to know what that game was, you gotta go check out last episode. No spoilers. It was a puzzle game though, so it was kind of brutal. Especially what I was going through, and then I had to like think, and I'm trying to tell my stories, and it was a bit of a... Looking back, editing it, I was just like, oh my god, this video is such a fucking mess. I edited the absolute dog shit out of that video. But so I'm like, for today's episode, the next episode I need to just mindless game. I need to turn off my brain and just go buck wild. And what better game to do that than Prototype? Prototype's been on my list to do for a good bit, and I thought this was the perfect game after what I just explained, what I was just going through. I'm like, you know what? This is what I need. I just need like carnage, violence, death, destruction, like just fucking plug it into my veins, give me medical dose of all that stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Prototype is that game. I wanted to play it for a while, and we're finally getting around to it. So before I update everybody on what I've been up to, let's watch this cutscene, and if you're listening to this, I'm sounding a little bit better. If you missed last episode, well, I was going through some stuff. Tested positive for COVID, and I'm happy to say that I'm doing much better. Kind of. Again, we'll finish that off after this cutscene, but I am doing better.
My name is Alex Mercer. I'm the reason for all of this. They call me a killer, a monster, a terrorist. I'm all of these things.
I thought he was going to say, I'm none of those things. He was like, no, I'm a terrorist, I'm a monster, I'm a killer. I remember when this game was announced.
3 weeks ago, someone released a lethal virus in Penn Station.
And I was just so not excited.
I woke up in a morgue. Now I hunt.
Because this was coming out at the same time as Infamous. Or maybe Infamous came out already.
I'm gonna find out who did this to me. And I'm gonna
maybe this was coming out when Infamous 2 was coming out. I gotta look at the timelines, because I think Infamous came out in 2012. So it might have been Infamous 2 coming out at the same time as this. We got some monsters. I think they're zombies. I don't remember. I played this game once. Oh, they're called walkers, so they might be zombies. I played this game once. I rented it back when renting games was still a thing. Just to show you how old I am. I rented this game. I played it. I enjoyed it, but I never went back and finished it or anything. Uh-oh. Damn, I thought, like, he was gonna save her. I think this is gonna be the closest thing people get to, like, a Venom or Carnage game. I don't think he gets, like, a full-blown symbiote-type suit, but I know he can, manipulate his, appendages, as you just saw.
Where's your commanding officer? Sir, he's in Times Square. I'll call for transfer. That won't be necessary.
Oh yeah, he can transform into people. Forgot about that. What the fuck? I'm Googling while I was waiting for the load screen. I searched up Prototype and Infamous, and the second result was Prototype Infamous Bra Contest. What in the fuck are people looking up? Oh god. Oh, that was a person. It was weird. I just saw him like slaughter people with. Why are you just punching and kicking, man? Whip out those saws and blades for hands. I don't remember the combat being this fluid. I just beat the shit out of that civilian. I do remember you can run up walls. Let's do that right now. The movement was good. I remember enjoying that. But for some reason, like, a buddy of mine was really into it, and he was trying to get me into it, and the more I, like he tried to hype me up for it, I just was not excited. I was more like, man, that's just like Infamous. Infamous does this better. And I don't know if I still agree with that. You know, at the time, I was, you know, this hardcore gamer boy. And now I'm like, I'd give games a chance, you know, before I just shit on games. Because that's just who I was. I was an asshole. Well, mainly because he really liked it. And he was annoying me with like how much he was pushing it on me. So I was just like, you know what, that game looks like shit. Fuck you. Leave me alone. But now I'm here to see if it really is good or not.
They took everything.
I also want to finish looking up the prototype Infamous bra contest, because like, what in the fuck is that?
And they'll pay.
Oh, we got our claws out. There we go. This is what I wanted. Just murder and destruction. Yeah, give it to me. I don't want to think. Brain is off. I remember you can pick up weapons. Don't... Oh, there we go. I guess there's not much destruction when it comes to, like, the worlds. I remember you can destroy the shit out of cars. I thought you could destroy the shit out of buildings too, but it does not seem to be the case. I know we can get in a tank. I remember riding in tanks. That was cool. Oh, we got big hands now. Oh, wow. Hulk smash! Jesus Christ! It said hold for a charge attack. That was a little much. Let's try this again. Oh, I gotta be closer. Just fucking fly me to the next objective. Gee, this is I'm basically teleporting with this. Oh, what do you got now? Ooh, blades. Oh wait, there was a circle button. I did not get to see what it was. Can I get in the tank? I don't know what the target is for. Hold on. Oh, I was gonna launch. I want to try the grabby thing. Pop up again. Didn't pop up. Where the fuck are they? Oh, the civilian punched me. I was like, what the hell hit me? Let's see this charge. Oh, that wasn't bad. Didn't want to kill a civilian though. Oh, I fucked up the button prompt again. I got the circle button prompt, but then a triangle button prompt popped up. The triangle button popped up. Blah. It just seemed like too many P words. I mean, I know I wanted to turn off my brain, but not, you know, just, I didn't want to turn it off that much. Launch me, daddy! Oh, this one doesn't go far. Oh my god. Wait, do I gotta... Oh shit, I just saw that fucking tank missile just shoot at me. Can I take the, I'm just gonna go this way. This is fucking hellacious. Hey soldier, apparently you're very important. So what are you... I'm getting absolutely annihilated. Oh, consume! There we go. I think that's what happened last time. And then this I can turn into soldier. Oh yeah, he has like a finishing move. That was it. He just shoots a bunch of tentacles out of him. This game's starting to come back to me. Okay, back to the bra contest. I need more information about this. Yahtzee's prototype.
Less than an hour. What's next?
The last person responsible.
I don't think people are actually talking about Infamous.
Tonight.
If we make it out
People
of here.
are. It's Yahtzee's prototype versus Infamous challenge.
I was made for this.
Is this prototype the game? Yeah, this is Infamous versus prototype. But why the fuck does it say bra contest? Both of the characters are male.
Hey, I knew this guy. He was Blacklight.
Yeah, well, now he's ex-Blacklight.
His name is Mercer, Alex J. Next of kin.
Trying to look up
Mercer Dana
prototype
A.
release
Is that his wife?
date.
Don't know.
Trying to look up the wiki, it's not
This
popping
has
up.
anything to do with the test subject on 51?
Prototype came out in 2009.
More I don't want.
When I was loading this game up, it said 2015. I knew that didn't sound right.
We'll start by going through the torso.
They were kind of coming out at the same time. Yeah, okay, I do remember this.
Get the fuck out! Get the kill
Infamous.
now!
Hold on, let me bring up the prototype one again. Release date. I got the Infamous prototype Infamous bra contest thing. It just keeps popping up. So Infamous's release date was May 26, 2009. This is Infamous 1. And then prototype was June 9th, 2009. So they were like 2 weeks apart. Okay, yeah, that sounds more correct. I knew they were coming out at the same time. Then I saw this game said 2015. I guess this was like, I guess I'm playing a remastered version. I have no idea. I bought it on the PlayStation Store one day. It was on sale. But yes, they were coming out at the same time. And I just thought Infamous looked sweeter than Prototype. And I will still say, Infamous does have like a fucking sick story. Like, hands down. Prototype, I have no idea about the story, so that's what this is for. I love the Infamous story.
I need to get the fuck out of here. I can't keep this up forever.
That car is kidnapping me.
No.
Am I going? Yeah, I'm going. I'm going to climb up a building. I feel like I'm just going to get absolutely annihilated by a car. I do like the free running. Or I can literally just hold the run button and he just won't stop. He'll jump over everything. Just keep on going. This game does look a little dated though. I mean, it is from fucking 2009, which is over 10 years ago. It's fucking 2022. I talked about that last time, but like, it's starting to actually like register that it's 2022, where it's like, yeah, it's 2022. It's like, whenever I think about stuff, it's like even later than what I used to think. It's just fucking nuts. Makes me feel so fucking old. Lock. Bring the lock and lock and lock. Blah blah blah.
I can't believe what I just did.
I want to kill that guy first. I actually wanted to consume him. There's a he's dead. I'm gonna grab his gun though. Because even though I get super cool powers, I want to be Mr. fucking Call of Duty, if need be. So, what's new with me? Last time I talked, I had, you know, not a very good update. I tested positive for COVID. I'm happy to say I am fully recovered. Not fully. I'm recovered enough to the point where I can go back to work. And have gone back to work. I've worked a full week. I think I've worked 2 weeks. Sorry, I was just seeing what this precise movement thing was, and it doesn't look
Now
important.
I gotta kill them too.
It's all been a blur. I think I've worked 2 weeks already. And yeah, it's been a little brutal getting back into the whole swing of things. Actually, I think it's only been a week. I don't remember. How do I not remember? It's only been like 2 weeks. I can't even remember how long I've been back at work.
This can't
Whatever.
be happening.
Yeah, so my throat still is kind of fuzzy sometimes. But that's about it. Other than that, I feeling pretty alright. Can't really complain. A lot of people that I've talked to recently have either got it or know someone who's gotten it. Like before it was like a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend got it, and now it's like, no, a friend has gotten it. No, family has gotten it. And it's just crazy. It's fucking crazy. It seems like everybody has it nowadays. I survived though. I actually got my booster shots a couple days ago. And we'll see if it'll help me. I've already got it once, so I already have like an immunity to it on top of my vaccines. And I'm glad I finally got it. I got it out of the way, you know? I got it. It's over. I can move on with my life. Yeah, doing much better. Yeah, before I felt like a bag of shit. Like, just awful. And, now I'm chilling. I'm back to normal, for the most part. I'd say like 93%. Sometimes I do get winded quickly, like I do feel like my breathing not normal.
Kiss your mother with that
And then sometimes my throat will just have like, I don't want to say a spasm, but
you got a CP. Move it.
my throat will just start bothering me, and I'm like, I didn't. It seemed like I skipped there, but I did not skip. My throat will just start bothering me, and I might like cough or choke or something like that. And then, you know, people look at me because, you know, person's coughing in public. But other than that, I'm quite well. So that's good for me. Hey, I'm happy to be back to normal. I hate getting sick. It fucking sucks.
Dana.
Because I get sick really bad.
Tell me something. Anything.
Like when I get sick, it's just like, it's just the fucking, it's the worst. And, yeah, nothing's worse than like getting sick in summer. Like luckily it was winter. But like getting sick in the summer where you're fucking hot, you're uncomfortable, you can't breathe through your nose, like just everything just sucks. So I'm glad I got sick now, instead of getting sick in like spring, summer. Because then I gotta worry about allergies, and then allergies on top of sick, on top of being hot and uncomfortable, just is
Soldiers.
even worse.
If they know who
Other than recovering from
I need to get to a good
COVID,
viewpoint and scope the area out.
nothing much is new with me. Back at work, it's been pretty slow and quiet, which is nice. Haven't really played anything recently, like next to nothing. Actually, I think I've literally played nothing. Like before, I'd like occasionally kind of play like a game of Overwatch or so at night sometimes. And even that, I'm just like, I have no interest in playing any fucking games.
They know I'm
I've been
coming.
watching a lot of stuff.
have to think
Wrote it
about
all
this.
down. If I could find my phone, found it. I've just been watching a lot of fucking stuff and buying and shopping a lot of stuff. I talked about last time I started my Marvel Legends collection, specifically Spider-Man. I am sad to say that I just keep looking and stuff. The Spider-Man collection that I wanted to form has now evolved into a slight X-Men collection, has now evolved into I want one of every character.
Now I can get inside.
I'll post an update of my collection. Last time I think I just had Electro and Boomerang. And now I've got, I think, 7 more editions. How many more? I got Toxin, Puma, Beetle, and Mysterio. For my X-Men collection, I got Dazzler and Sunspot. And then I got War Machine and Grey Gargoyle. And yeah, I've been like going all over the city to like local comic shops and toy stores and stuff like that. Just trying to find like those cool stores that are like hidden in your city, but you just really have to look for them.
I need your help.
I've gone to a bunch of comic book stores and stuff like that, because those are the places that, like, you can go to Toys R Us and Walmart and whatever other fucking place, like big box toy or big box stores that might carry like GameStop. That's another one. Those are my 3 that I check somewhat consistently. But most of the time, those places just have like the same figures, and they're all 100 of one guy, because like the one character that they have is not selling because it's just a fucking peg warmer. Nobody wants it. Instead of sending maybe like 6 of each character, they send like 30 of one, and then nobody wants it, so it just sits on the fucking peg forever. So I've gone to like all these comic book stores, and I've been kind of pretty disappointed. I've gone to 4 or 5.
No, but I'm gonna
and
I mean, this is a story
one of them had like a decent collection of Marvel Legends figures. They were a little overpriced, but the selection was good. The selection was really good. I went to a flea market today. That was kind of disappointing. There was like this comic store in there and like a toy store in there, and they didn't really have much anything. They had like cool stuff, like a lot of cool toys and shit, but not what I was looking for. So I was kind of disappointed. But yeah, I've been surprisingly disappointed by all these comic stores. Because I expect to go in and they just have like this gold mine of a collection. I keep saying collection, but I mean selection. Just a gold mine of a selection, like figures that are either hard to get, they don't make anymore, even if they like upprice them.
They're gonna be waiting
where
for
it's
me.
like, oh, you know, this figure's pretty rare,
they're in
so we're gonna
control.
charge you 70 instead of the
They
normal
have
30.
no idea what I'm capable of.
Depending on the figure, I might pay that price. But yeah, it's just the selection has not been good. Not been good at all. So it's been a little disappointing. But I've been doing more of my shopping online. A place called Kijiji, which I think I mentioned before, but it's basically... It's kind of like Facebook Marketplace, where people can sell like used or new stuff. It's basically like an online garage sale, where people just sell shit that they don't want anymore. And been fucking constantly searching up there because I'm like, the one day I don't check it out is like there's gonna be some cool shit and somebody's gonna sell it and it's gonna be for an incredible price, and I'm gonna be devastated that I don't jump on that. So I check it like at least once a day. And I've seen some cool stuff. I gotta be like, what's the word I'm looking for? I gotta pace myself. I don't want to go too crazy. Just I'm like blowing loads of money. Not loads of money, like I'm not. I make it seem like I'm buying like everything and anything. But if it's like decently priced and I know it's a figure that's like kind of hard to get, I'll pick it up. But for the most part, I'm trying to find like the best prices. So yeah, my collection has grown a little bit since we last updated. So on top of toy hunting, I've watched a bunch of things. Watched movies, I've watched TV shows. Not so much like TV shows, but
is in the building.
like true crime documentary type things, like Netflix stuff, like something that's short and interesting. And I've watched a few that have been pretty fucking good. One of them that I watched, like, I knew of the person, but I didn't know, like, how much crazy shit they did. Oh, we can also talk about No Way Home. I said I was going to talk about a little bit of the spoilers in the next episode. I guess we'll start with the No Way Home stuff. I know No Way Home's been out for a bit. I'll give my quick thoughts and feelings on the movie. Spoilers, I'm gonna try and keep it like 2 minutes. I'm gonna put a count, a timer on my phone for 2 minutes, and I'm gonna give myself a timer of 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, and I'm gonna just go through all the spoilers, try and review No Way Home as quick as I can. So I'm gonna start now. So, Spider-Man No Way Home, I fucking loved it. I loved everything about it. I don't think it's the best Marvel movie that's ever been released, but I think it's probably one of the best Spider-Man movies that's ever been released. I loved everything about it. I loved Tobey, I loved Andrew Garfield, I loved all the villains that were in it, all the moments and callbacks from different movies. I thought it was all excellent, and I loved every fucking minute of it. One thing I especially loved was Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin. Just watching him portray that character again in an updated fashion, I really, really loved. It was probably my favorite part of the movie. What else? Other villains? Sandman and Lizard, I'm surprised how big... Like, I thought their roles were going to be super minimal, but they actually played a pretty decent role. Like, obviously they're villains and stuff like that. But I thought, like, they were just going to be, like, 5 minutes in the movie and then they're done. But they actually had, like, substantial parts. Not compared to other villains, but that's kind of expected. The only, like, inconsistency and thing that I wasn't really a fan of in the movie was Electro. They never really explained why he's not blue anymore and why he's so good looking and not as nerdy as he once was. That kind of annoyed me, but at the same time I kind of overlooked it and I was like, that's fine, that's just, you know, whatever. It didn't play too much into my feelings on the movie. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, I loved them. I wasn't a big fan of the Andrew Garfield movies, but this movie really made me appreciate him. And it actually made me want to rewatch his movies, which I think I might do eventually. I probably won't rewatch the Tobey movies because I've watched them so many fucking times. I grew up watching them, and I've watched them to death. But the Andrew Garfield ones I've only watched like once. Like the first and second one, just like one apiece. The big death in the movie, the Aunt May scene, that was really that made me tear up. Like, that was a really, really sad moment. The Gwen Stacy callback was really cool when Andrew Garfield goes to save MJ. and you know, he just keeps thinking of Gwen. What a great moment in the movie. And yeah, overall, I really, really fucking love the movie. And we have 5 seconds left. I look forward to what they do next in the movie. I liked what the little seeds that they planted. And I am very excited for the future of Spider-Man. Spider-Man 4. Which I'm not a fan of what they're kind of leaning towards with a certain character. My spoiler time is up, so I will not address which character that is. But, the multiverse. The multiverse. So, yeah, it was cool. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Highly recommend if you're a Spider-Man. If you're a Spider-Man fan, you probably already watched it. But if you have not, go check it out.
Kiss your mother with that mouth.
But yeah, I've been on such a Spider-Man binge. I rewatched Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse as well.
Saddle up, you got a CP. Move it.
That is still a fucking good movie. I don't remember it being so busy. Like when I watched it this time, it just felt like the animation was just so fucking busy. And I don't know, when I watched it the first time, I didn't really feel that way. But this time it was like, oh my god, there's just so much shit happening on the screen. Like what the fuck? I got a little bit disoriented at times. But it was still good. I really enjoyed it. Actually, another thing that made me rewatch it was they showed a trailer for the second part that's coming out, or Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, whatever it's called. It made me want to rewatch it, because I was like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot what happens at the end of Into the Spider-Verse with Spider-Man 2099. I forgot that little teaser. But, yeah, I still really enjoyed Into the Spider-Verse. Anyways, I did watch stuff that was non-Spider-Man related. We'll get into that now. I was just talking about, like, the true crime stuff I was watching. Should I save that for last? Because the majority of the stuff that I watched was true crime. So I guess we'll just talk about the one movie that I didn't watch that wasn't true crime. It was a horror movie. It was called The Ritual. I watched it on Netflix. It's been on my list to watch for a while. And I'm like, you know what? I want to watch a horror movie. I've tried to watch this at least twice before and fell asleep both times. I'm like, you know what? This is going to be it. I'm finally going to fucking watch this thing.
It made sense.
And I'm happy to say I really enjoyed it. The Ritual was, it's set in
whatever had changed me, erased my past.
Is it Sweden?
Must have started there.
I don't know. There's 4 British friends. Something happens at the beginning of the movie, and they decide to go on this trip after this thing that happens in the movie.
I wanted to find out what happened to me.
And they go take a trip in the woods. They go hike.
Someone to blame.
And then crazy shit starts happening.
Tell you the truth, I never
and
thought
you can
I'd
kind of assume what happened with the name The Ritual. Maybe some witchcraft involved. Maybe. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good movie. There was, near the end, there's a monster in the movie. And at first I was like, this is fucking stupid. This is just like a dumbass fucking monster. It kind of ruined the movie for me, and then the more I watched it, I was like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. I ended up enjoying it. If you're looking for a horror movie, I would recommend. I enjoyed it quite a bit. And then the rest of the stuff that I watched was all true crime stuff. First, I started out with Crime Scene, the Times Square Killer. By the way, all these, the next few things that I talk about, the true crime stuff, all can be found on Netflix. That's where I watch them. So the first one that I found, that Crime Scene, the Times Square Killer, this is probably the worst one that I watched. Like, it's about this horrible killer who kills prostitutes and shit like that, and like mutilates their body and sets them on fire. I don't know, it was 3 episodes long, but oh my god, it felt like the longest 3 episodes ever. I was just really bored with it by the end of it. Like, I did not enjoy this at all. There was a point in the movie, or in the documentary, where it turned into a It turned into like having rights for prostitutes and stuff like that, because prostitutes were being focused. They talked a lot about how prostitutes, if something were to happen and they were to go to the cops wouldn't believe them, and the cops basically wouldn't assist them in whatever the situation is. So it became very pro-prostitute, which was weird. I actually didn't even end up finishing it because I was just so disinterested with the documentary. It ended up being some guy, obviously, and he was killing these women because I don't even remember why, but yeah, it wasn't the most interesting one. An interesting one was the Raincoat Killer. Actually, I'll probably talk about that last because it was the most interesting one and the one that I knew the least about. The other one that I watched was Night Stalker: The Hunt for a Serial Killer. This one was good because I knew a little bit about Richard Ramirez. Like, I've heard the name and stuff like that, and I knew he was a mass murderer, a serial killer that killed a lot of fucking people. I thought I knew quite a bit, but after watching this, I barely knew anything. And he was much more of a sick and twisted individual than I thought. It's a 4-episode crime documentary, and I really, really enjoyed it. Like, I learned a lot about the case. It was just really fascinating to me. Like, he was just a fucking crazy, deprived individual. He killed a lot of people, raped them, sexually abused them, mutilated them. In a few of the crime scenes, he like jerked off and shit. Like, he did some fucking crazy ass shit. But one thing I really liked about this one was everyone was a good storyteller. The cops were good storytellers. Like, it was just presented very well. And I really like that, because sometimes the cops that are telling the story, they fucking like bore you to death with like facts that aren't important and shit like that, and it just ends up not mattering. Like, they just drag it out, and it doesn't need to be dragged out. I really like the cops that were presenting it. I forgot the fucking name, but there was this Hispanic guy and this older white guy, and the white guy was like a very respected cop. He found the Hillside Strangler, who was a famous murderer at the time, and he got partnered with like this rookie Hispanic cop, and they worked together and they made like this hell of a team, and then they eventually found Richard Ramirez, and it was just really good. I really, really enjoyed it. If you like crime documentaries, like I said, I thought I knew a lot about Richard Ramirez, but I learned a lot by watching this, and I would highly recommend it. It was really, really fucking good. I liked everything about it. Like, I can't really think of any negatives about it. I liked the whole thing. Honestly, it was pretty much perfect for me. Like, I can't say enough good things about it. And then the other true crime thing that I watched, which I was mixed on. It was good and bad. It was the Raincoat Killer. Actually, is that the name of the thing? I think it is. The Raincoat Killer chasing a predator in Korea. So I had no idea about this serial killer. This was like a brand new case for me. And basically, it's this guy who would kill... God, what was the story? He would kill women mainly. And he would kill older rich people. I believe those were his two targets that he would typically focus on. Eventually he would end up like killing prostitutes and shit like that, and then you later find out that why he was focusing on prostitutes, which was kind of interesting. But yeah, there's just this fucking crazy guy in Korea just killing people. Like, it was an interesting case, but there was just so much stupid shit that went along with it. And what I mean by that is, like, there was a point in the documentary where they found this guy. They arrested him, and he was in a police station. The motherfucker just ends up walking out of the police station. Like, just walks out. Door was open. No one questions him. He just walks out and fucking escapes. And these motherfuckers are like, God, where could he be? I have no idea. They never once say, you know, they reference his mom earlier in the documentary, but after that, they're not like, you know, maybe he went to go hide out at his mom's house, or maybe, you know, we should see if he has a family, a wife, kids. Maybe he's with them. They never fucking, like, question that. It was just, like, so fucking dumb. These cops were dumb as shit. I'm surprised they even caught this guy at all. It was that bad. Like, they really fumbled this fucking case. They even say it in the fucking, in the documentary, like, yo, we fucked up. It was a really interesting case, mainly from, like, the cop's perspective, for just being so fucking worthless. And him, man, when the whole thing where they even have video footage of him escaping the, I don't want to even use the word escape, casually walking out of this police station. Just for that alone, it's fucking interesting. So I highly recommend that one. I don't want to talk about it too much because it's worth a watch. It's 3 episodes long, so they're hour episodes. They're quite digestible. There was another thing that I hated about it, but that I can't remember because it's been like a week and a half since I last watched it. For the most part, it was good. That's about all the stuff that I've watched. Other than that, I just started watching the Marvel series What If. I finished episode 1. Was pretty good. It wasn't like the best. Like, it was an interesting story. Basically, if the whole story was, what if Steve Rogers did not become Captain America? What if it was Peggy Carter instead? And honestly, not much different. It pretty much played out exactly the same as, like, the Captain America movie, which was kind of lame because the whole point of What If is like, yo, what if this happened? This would change the whole Marvel Universe as a whole. Change a whole bunch of shit. But the change for Captain America becoming, or Peggy Carter becoming Captain America, it wasn't much of a difference. So his What If story was like, it was basically the same shit. There wasn't really much of a difference, just a different main character. But the story ends up the same. So yeah, I'm going to finish the What If series. I will review that for next time. I'm not the biggest fan of the animation style. Like, I don't know, it still needs to grow on me a little bit. I don't know if it's going to change for each episode, or if it's like one animation style the whole time. We'll have to wait to see, but yeah, I wasn't completely sold on the animation. At points I liked it, at points I hated it. So hopefully it'll grow on me later on. But the second episode is What If T'Challa became Star-Lord. That should be an interesting one. I look forward to the more Avengers-oriented episodes. But yeah, anyways, episode 2 seems a little bit more interesting because we're taking a completely different character and kind of implementing them in the story, where we take T'Challa and put him in the place of Star-Lord, unlike Peggy Carter, who was in the background of like Captain America, and then they basically switched spots with her and Steve Rogers. So I look forward to the whole series. I think it'll be a good series to watch.
I look just like them. I should be able to walk among them.
God, this has been such a much-needed game. Just an absolutely fuck everything. Like, nothing matters. Destroy everything. Civilians don't matter. You're a hero, but you're also a villain. It's beautiful. Yeah, we are going to call it here. I really enjoyed this game. I don't know if I enjoyed it, like, what I played. I enjoyed what it was what I needed. It was like I said, just a fuck everything type game Nothing matters. Everyone can die. No repercussions. It was wonderful. This is one of those games where it's like, games are so violent. And then it's like, yeah, they are. Some of them are. This is one of them. But this is kind of one of those games where it's like, it's violence, but it's art. Where it's just, you do whatever you want, you know? It's a fucking video game. And as long as it's kept in the video game, who fucking cares, you know? I was actually having this conversation with somebody where, I don't remember how it started, but, I was talking to this lady who I work with. We're talking about video games. I don't know how. I honestly, I don't remember how the conversation started.
These spooks aren't just
But she was talking about, you know, video games, they make you violent, you know? There's all those crazy games where you can, like, rape people and kill people and shit, you know, Call of Duty. And she's like, what's that other game? I'm like, I'm not gonna say it. She's like, you know what it's called? I'm like, yeah. And I know what she was referring to as fucking Grand Theft Auto, because that's what everybody picks out as the, you know, the murder, turn a regular person into a murder simulator, you know? And she's like, yeah, fucking Grand Theft Auto. It, you know, it's so sexist and misogynistic and violent and blah, 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 blah. She's going on and on and on. And, I'm like, you know, there are so many people that play fucking video games, and I would say maybe less than 1% have, like, committed some sort of heinous crime. Maybe less than 1% is a little too low, but for as many people who play video games, and for how many violent crimes have been committed, and there being a correlation, it's slim pickings there, from my perspective, and I think studies would probably show that. But anyways, and I'm like, you know, if I don't, like, my whole thing was like, games don't make people into murderers. And I use myself as an example. I'm like, I've played video games for so many fucking years. I've been, like, I'm 29 years old. I've played video games for fucking at least 20, maybe more. At least 20. A solid 20 years I've played video games. I've played it all. I've played every type of game you think of it. I played, like, the most violent games. I played everything. And I've never committed any sort of violent crime. Because I know what's real life and what's a fucking video game. And basically my whole argument was like, you know, people that commit those type of things, like mass shootings and whatever, they're fucked up, okay? There's already something in them that's like, they're goners, you know? And, I'm like, video game is just like the easiest thing to kind of attach it to. And she was like, oh, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Someone's got to be a little fucked up before, before they even do something like that. Video games doesn't just trigger something in them. Video games might inspire them to be like, oh shit, you know, like the No Russian scene from fucking Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, where the guy shoots up an airport, where it's like, oh wow, you know, I hate everything and whatever, and I might do that. But it doesn't turn just a regular fucking person into a murderer, you know? Games are not fucking serial killer simulators. Anyways, I don't know how I got on the topic of all that. Oh yeah, because I was talking about, like, this game was just, like, so much fun, because, like, it's just, nothing matters, can do whatever the fuck I want. But yeah, I enjoyed what I played. I enjoyed everything about it. It was definitely a game I needed, so. I'm going to go now, probably watch another episode of What If. Gonna probably finish that off for next episode. We'll talk about that then. If you have watched What If, what are your thoughts on it? Let me know. And let me know if you check out any of the things I recommended. If you're gonna watch one thing, like if you're like, Gangster, you recommended a couple different things. If you had to, like, recommend one out of everything, what would it be? I would probably say the Raincoat Killer documentary. just because it's based on like real stuff. My second would probably be. I don't understand. Actually, I was gonna say The Ritual, but if you're into horror movies, watch that. If you're just into like interesting real life shit, The Raincoat Killer, highly recommend. Now it is in Korean. You can watch the dub or watch the subtitles. I watched it dubbed, and I thought it was fine. I didn't really feel like reading because I know there was going to be so much explaining. I'm like, I don't want to fucking read all that. Just dub it to me, bro. So I would say watch The Raincoat Killer. But if you do watch any of them, let me know in the comment section what you think, and what you think of Prototype. I thought it was pretty good for a game that came out in 2009. I think it still holds up pretty well. Visually, it's a little dated, but I'm a big fan of the movement. I really like the movement in this game. I like the wall running. Like, I just love everything about it. All the like parkour type stuff. I think it's pretty cool. It's fun. I like just like running up buildings, jumping off them, and shit like that. So. I need to know what you know. I'm gonna have a blast. I'm probably going to finish this game. Like, this is the type of game where I can like throw up. I don't think the story's gonna matter too much. I honestly have not kept up with much of the cutscenes and shit and what's going on. So I'll probably like throw on like a podcast or something and just kind of play. Like I can definitely see me playing the game like that and finishing it. So I will probably finish this eventually, maybe sooner than later. Yeah, that is going to be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Keep up with everything that's going on the channel. Look forward to the next episode 282. I do not have anything planned right now. I originally had a different game planned for this, but I'm like, I need a fuck off type game, and Prototype filled that the criteria of what I was looking for, so I ended up going with this. But yeah, look forward to the next game that I play, whatever it might be. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Keep up with everything that's going on the channel, and until then, guys, peace out.